The National Firearms Association, NFA, is a non-profit association based across Canada. Its main goals are the repeal and replacement of the Firearms Act, Bill C-68, which was introduced into Canadian Parliament in 1995, now called Chapter 39 of the 1995 Statutes of Canada, the promotion of marksmanship and firearm safety and the protection of the right to hunt and self-defense. History. FARO, Firearms and Responsible Owners, was founded in 1969 in Ottawa, Ontario, in response to the Pierre Elliott Trudeau government's Bill C-150, the Criminal Law Amendment Act 1968-69, which introduced the current firearms classification system, and a troubling aspect of the Order in Council. The founder and president was Bill Jones, and it became the national voice for lawful firearms owners, essentially an association of like-minded Canadian groups and individuals. This was the vehicle used to bring this issue to the political level and inform lawful firearms owners of what faced them, and it was based on two fundamentals. We recognize the need of law as a prerequisite for an orderly society, but we also recognize that bad laws are a prerequisite for an ordered society. Two letters different, but two worlds apart. Also, it is not a proper function of the law to place a peaceful person pursuing peaceful activities in jeopardy. FARO did accomplish making this a national and political issue. FARO was the first firearms advocacy organization to appear before the Justice Committee in the House of Commons. In 1979 to 1980, Bill Jones registered the NFA as national organization but ran out of personal funds used to pursue this issue and had to leave the organization, staying on long enough to allow time for an orderly transition. Reconstituted in Edmonton and Calgary, Alberta, in 1984 by David A. Tomlinson and Major R.A. Ray Laycock and others as National Phoenix Firearms Information and Communications Association, National Firearms Association, NFA. Reconstituted in 2010 after the passing of National President D. A. Tomlinson, 2007, as Canada's National Firearms Association, NFA. It currently has membership that is based across Canada, although recently has come under fire for illegally obtaining a copy of the Conservative Party of Canada membership list to boost its own failing membership due to the mismanagement of President Sheldon Clare. Summary of NFA actions. Summary of NFA actions. National Firearms Association representatives have supported volunteer field officer as local contacts. Provided information at gun shows and like events. Challenged unfair firearms law in all levels of court. Provided speakers at many pro-firearms rights meetings, and for local, provincial, national, and international media. Publicly challenged and debated key opponents of firearms rights, including Kim Campbell and Prince George in 1992 over Bill C-17, recent cabinet ministers and public officials and members of opposed organizations over several years on radio and TV. The NFA has undergone significant changes that have brought growth and benefit to the organization and its operations, including met with MPs, cabinet ministers, and political staff to advocate for significant changes to Canadian firearms law. Prepared and edited major position papers for NFA, including those on the Explosives Act, and on various federal legislative matters affecting firearms owners. Provided assistance on legal matters by briefing lawyers and their clients, as well as unrepresented people, on case law and application of Canadian firearms law. Advised members and the public about problems with Canadian firearms law. Brought in modern marketing and business practices, including moving staff to a bright new location and rebranding NFA for the 21st century. Provided strong leadership to a dedicated team of volunteers by focusing them on key objectives. Led the drive to make the NFA a truly national organization by bringing it into Quebec and other parts of French Canada. Grown the membership to over 70,000 members of all categories. Engaged a highly effective management team and support staff. Developed the successful athlete sponsorship program which supports several competitive shooters. Established regular annual general meetings. Completed annual financial reviews and audits in accordance with generally accepted accounting practices. Promoted the cause of the organization in numerous interviews in all forms of media through interviews and media releases, as well as in online media debates. Developed new bylaws for the organization, and made revisions to those bylaws to keep them up to date. Received heraldic arms from the Governor-General of Canada. Made use of social media as a means of encouraging growth and a wider distribution of our message. Encouraged a focused strategy of messaging for all NFA communications. Established a paid lobbyist and marketing advisor to better connect with parliamentarians. Presented at United Nations talks on the Arms Trade Treaty, and in talks on the Program of Action on Small Arms and Light Weapons. Established the NFA as a key pro-firearms NGO in its own right. Supporting our founding membership in the International Association for the Protection of Civilian Arms Rights, IAPCAR, and an active member of the World Forum on the Future of Shooting Activities. Provided speakers at various conferences in Canada, the United States, and around the world to promote the cause of firearms rights and to better liaise with our allies. Built alliances with like-minded groups by bringing in knowledgeable speakers to our AGMs. Asserting a vigorous approach in getting out our message and defending the NFA against those opposed to our efforts.
Please subscribe and thanks for watching.